Hey y'all, it's Beryl at Cajun Cooking TV, and today is a beautiful day in Baton Rouge, and we're cooking a home-style meatloaf in the oven right now. So in the meantime, I'm gonna make Mike some mashed potatoes. Okay, so we're back, and home-style mashed potatoes are really, really simple. So if you're buying them in the in the box with the flakes, that's terrible. And I used to do it. So I got no room to talk, but I did actually do that at one time. So typically we're in our kind of social distancing time. So typically Mike would buy me a 5-pound bag of white potatoes. He couldn't get that today, so I would typically do 2 potatoes per person or per serving. Because the smaller ones are about half this size. So since he couldn't do that, he got me some bakers. So I have 4 of them here. So we'll peel these. I'll cut them into cubes. And then I've got some water set to boil here. It's on high. So let's get to peeling these potatoes. Okay, the key to peeling potatoes or other vegetables is to have a good vegetable peeler with a sharp blade, and it makes it so easy. Now, I used to be afraid of these things because I didn't really understand how it worked. But once you get the hang of it, you never want to go back to a paring knife and doing it like this, because it just takes too much more. It takes a lot more effort. So I'll peel these, and then we'll come back and I'll show you what I do next. Okay, so next up I have to take the potatoes and kind of quarter them and cut them into chunks, but I wanted to show you I really never knew what this was until finally I figured it out. But there's always on the vegetable peeler a little kind of divot hole right here. Some of them are a little hole, some of them are like this kind of shaped. But I didn't know what it was for. And then I saw somebody use it one day. And so if I have little spots or the little potato eyes, it's to take out those little bad spots. So there you got that. And there's a little hole right there. So you got it out. So just a tip for you. So good sharp knife. Cut these. If I just had the smaller white potatoes, it would probably be just quarters. So I'm going to have to cut these up. So kind of like that.
Tell us about your people.
About my people? What about my people?
About how a couple of your cousins shot each other over some Christmas decorations.
I don't want to talk about that. That's just embarrassing right there. Well, I do want to mention this before we take a break, is we use white potatoes in mashed potatoes like this. A red potato is something I would use for smashing the potatoes, where I'm just kind of doing it by hand, throwing in some garlic and butter. And then red potatoes I also use when we have like a crab boil or we're boiling shrimp. And then you just put the butter and all the fixings on that. Did I say potato salad?
Ain't said tater salad yet.
Tater salad, yes. Mike's famous potato salad, we do use red potatoes for that as well. Because again, once they're cooked, they have a different kind of density to them. I don't know how to describe it, but a white potato gets very mushy. So I'll finish cutting these, and I'm still waiting for that water to boil. And I'll rinse these in some water too. So I've got my water, it's almost to a good boil. I have it on high on this little burner. So we rinsed our potatoes, they look great. and I'm just gonna carefully put these into our hot water, and we'll get it to a good boil. And when it gets to that boil, I'm gonna time it for about 10 minutes. I am ready to make some mashed potatoes up in here. Are you ready to make some mashed potatoes? I can't see you through the fog. Super hot. All right, so I drained the water out of these potatoes, obviously, and they're cooked. It was about 10 minutes, and you just kind of pierce through them. And now what I need to do is I got my big mixer out, but what I used to do is just take the same pot that I boiled the potatoes in and use my hand mixer to do the same thing I'm about to do in this big one. So if you don't have a big one, it's okay. Get your hand mixer out. So I hate to dirty another bowl, but I just got to. I'm gonna dump my potatoes in here. There we go. And to this, I have a half a stick of butter. I just cut it into slices.
Ain't much butter.
I have sour cream here. This is about a half a cup. I do need some of this milk, maybe not all of it. And I have a half a teaspoon of salt. There we go. Okay, Mike Stokes, mashed potatoes coming up to go with your meatloaf. You ready? Just gonna mash it down and lock it. Oh, he's laughing at me. I forgot to do something again. He's so distracting. Now let's try and stir it. There it goes. You want to come look in here? You just sitting there like a lump on the log? All right, y'all, we got some mashed potatoes, right? Oh my gosh, they're so creamy. I love mashed potatoes. I think I love mashed potatoes better than baked potatoes. How about you? Especially when you got some good gravy. Ooh. All right, y'all. Well, we're waiting on our meatloaf to be done, and then I'll show you what that looks like at this video, and also provide you with a link to that video so you can have some home-style meatloaf and mashed potatoes. So be sure to check out our video for making home-style meatloaf we'll be over here. If you like our videos, please be sure to subscribe and press that bell notification so you'll know when the next video is available. What else you want me to say?
That's it.
That's it. All right, it's a wrap. Hope everyone's well. Take care, and we'll see you next time.
It's a wrap.